Assessment tests. I know that you people out there have seen them. Wawa gives them. Let's see. Walmart gives them. Home Depot, Lowe's, AMC Dine-In Theaters, all these companies and more. It's unspeakable of how many companies give out these stupid-ass questions. So in response, I found out the name of the website that gives these responses. Asks for these responses, rather. And I found that it's a company called, one of them is called ScreenIt2.com, a link that will automatically take you to these websites. So I wrote this company here. I wrote them an email, and I wanted to read this email to you, what I sent to them. The headliner is, "I'm so sick of your assessment tests. I must have taken well over 300 of your insidious assessment tests on your prescreenit2.com link and your other websites or affiliates. I'm a 99er, meaning I am out of unemployment insurance. However, I would rather be homeless than take one more of your assessment tests. I would rather get into a bum fight on YouTube and be paid $50 to have my ass kicked than even look at the words agree, slightly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree, or the words effective, ineffective, slightly effective, and very effective." I asked them, by the way, how many times have you been rewarded from high school or an employer? Do you remember your GPA scores from high school from the year 1980? Do you like to lead people? If you found an employee not doing his job, how would you deal with them? Give the best answer. Would you tell a supervisor if you seen someone kick a fucking box and heard glass break? And then we have to ask, if someone kicked the fucking box and broke glass inside, would you tell your supervisor? Another famous question, an employee flashes 4 $20 bills he says he found. Would you, if asked by that employee, go out to lunch with them? And then we have to ask, after that, an employee finds 4 $20 bills and asks you out to lunch, would you go? I said, why don't you go piss up a rope a mile high and go shit in your hat and pull it over your damn ears? Why don't you ask for feedback, I asked this company, after applicants take that assessment test and see what people really say about your company? Do you think that an applicant would want to even take a survey after answering 150 stupid questions made up by an 8-year-old on acid? This test you administer, I said to the company, will never get me a job. It's a waste of time. I'm so burned out from being forced to take this test. I asked the company, why don't you centralize your tests and have us just take this test once for some category, whether you want to be a secretary, whatever, a line cook in a restaurant. Then I could just send it to companies like ShopRite, Wegmans, Walmart's, AMC Dine-In Theaters, and all the rest. At the least, the test should be kept on file and simply forwarded if the client is associated with your company. How many times do I have to take this damn test? I asked them, I says, why don't you try taking this damn test over and over again each time you get a new client yourselves? Every new client your company gets, I feel your entire complement of employees should all have to take that test, that assessment test, until you go frickin' insane. Do you know, and I'm sure you people know, that I'm a 99er and that I'm out of unemployment insurance. But I'm sure all of you people who've really tried to find a job in the last 99 weeks who hear this will realize what I'm about to say. And you know what it's like to apply for a job these days online. You know that I have to sit here, as well as you do, for an hour creating an account, a login, and a password. Well, I could publish a 40-page magazine of all the logins and passwords I created in the last 99 weeks. Then the website asks you to post a resume. Yay! Hey, that's a quick process. No, it ain't. Then the website forces you to fill out your entire resume again and post it in the company's fields. They're not happy with your resume. They don't believe you wrote it. They want you to fill your entire resume out all over again. Then the website will not complete your application unless you sit an additional half hour or more answering up to 150 stupid-ass questions made for illegal immigrants or people who do not understand English. Some of the questions are you from the United States? Are you authorized to work in the United States? Do you need to be sponsored to work in the United States? Do you agree to a background check? This process is worse than the days before carbon paper was invented. This process just drives me nuts. I really hope, I said to the company and whoever gets to read that email, that I hope you lose your job and really have to see what it is like to deal with your own company you yourself once worked for. Every application you submit over and over again, pre-screen it too, will be in your face. I really think employers should go back to the paper days for applications and carbon paper just to rid the world of companies that make you take assessment tests. I find it so much better to have someone come down and handwrite an application and bring a resume because you know, and the company will know, that that person is real. And I asked, just what the hell are the reasons these companies, like that give you assessment tests and all, are gathering all this information for? And I assume this, and I only assume, but I'll bet there one day when they're going to fall into ruins in their company, they're going to take all that information and sell it to mass mailing lists and telemarketers. You'll be getting credit cards and people wanting to put new windows in your house and aluminum siding on your house. Now, I find this companies that they're in the same category as a staffing company that collects applications but offers no jobs. Just like the one I went to, Bryant Staffing. Go on to Career Builder, go on to Indeed.com and just type in Bryant Staffing. You'll see jobs. Go down there, fill out this thick of paperwork, ask them for a job. You'll be sitting there while you're filling out the paperwork, and the lady in the office should be saying, sorry, I have nothing, sorry, I have nothing, sorry, I have nothing. You'll try to keep your faith. You walk in the office, and she tells you, sorry, I have nothing. Isn't that wonderful? I put this company into the same category of staffing companies that collect applications but offer no jobs. I've seen more people these days in the job market create websites claiming that they are legitimate boards, job boards, but they're not. I found that they're phony and just wanted to get 1 million hits, or I don't know how many hits they really want. They obviously are counting, and you know why they're doing that? To attract advertisers. So your jobs that you're applying to that don't take you directly to a website, they're never going to see your application. It was never posted or given to the employer. It was just a link to take you to a company to get another click to advertise or find advertisers for that company so that person can make money without doing anything. And I know that these people open up 10, 20, and 30 of these from India and China and Russia and all over the country. As far as I'm concerned, with what the hell's going on in the job market right now with assessment tests and a bunch of phony balonies out there, I will never apply to any company that has an assessment test. I would rather be a freaking homeless bum. That's my comment of the day. I'm Jeffrey.